You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for Breaking Bad. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Breaking Bad news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AFTERBUZZ TV for Breaking Bad.
Thank you very much, Sir Richard Wentworth. Keven Undergaro here with John Comerford and Kenny Harrison. Another great episode from a great series. I know you're going to always hear me say this every week. I'm sitting in for Maria Menounos. By the way, Maria is hosting the Rivals reunion show. I know DJ Jesse, that's his show that I sit in from time to time. And very important that we have Maria there, right, Jesse? Very important. She's going to get us all the dirt. Anyway,
scoop.
She's dying. She was tweeting me texting me all during the show tonight, dying that she couldn't sit in on this. For me, tonight's episode, the twists in the plot is what really got to me. And wow, he's got his work cut out for him because the Chicken Man is one hell of a chess player.
Oh my God,
man! So it's genius against genius. Yeah. This is really something. What were your just overall thoughts before we get into the specifics?
Okay. Overall, what I thought, speaking of the chess player, I don't even think Walt is even realizing that he's playing chess with the Chicken Man at the moment. I mean, meaning that Walt knows there's other strategy going on.
I agree.
He is
You're seeing it on his face.
Behind.
You see these moments where Bryan Cranston's such a great actor.
Yeah.
You're seeing it on his face, these realizations he's having, like, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. There's something more to
I thought
this.
I'm going here, and now I realize, oh, wait, I'm behind already.
Yes.
I'm 2 steps behind him.
You know, when he was in the chicken restaurant,
right.
and, you know, he saw the cameras on him, and then when he sat there, the close-up I'm speaking about was he had this look on his face like, wait, there's more to this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He thought he thought he had the upper hand going in there, and all of a sudden he realizes at that moment, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I don't, and things aren't what I think they are.
Right direction, you know, building the paranoia. We see a fat guy eating chicken. We see a bunch of Latino kids come in, and just we're thinking, oh my God, and just nothing happens.
And they did a great job establishing the gun and how it's on the floorboards and the whole chase and all that other stuff, and setting all that up, that anxiety that he has, and then to have that sit there and allowing the confidence it takes to just let it sit and not go quickly to something else.
Yeah, my only question was the very first the phone conversation in the car.
Yeah.
Who was he talking to? Was he talking to Saul?
That's the message he left to
He was
Skyler.
leaving a message for Skyler.
No, it's before that.
Before that.
You know, he's driving all frantically, and he's on the phone. I didn't catch who he was talking to.
I don't recall that part of the
It was the very first
Guess we're
conversation.
lame.
My guess it was
He was on the phone with Saul.
Okay.
Saul. Okay.
Okay. That's what I
Thank you, Benjamin Intern.
Way to go.
What's up, baby? Oh man, we got to get I think we got to get him off Rivals.
Yeah.
We got to
Good thing
get
he's
him off
dropping out of
Jersey
school
Shore.
too,
We don't
right?
want. Yeah, I had him dropping out of school. Wow, I think he might stay in. A smart kid. I was noticing when he, once again, I always go to this, the tremendous use of colors.
Yeah.
In the chicken restaurant, all of Walt's shots again are mainly the red.
Yep.
And here it is.
They have
right here.
red. That one especially, that
that's
low
it.
angle with all the red.
As he's sitting in the booth, it's all the red. But it's the continual. What I'm continually seeing is the reds, the yellows, the blues, and purple for Hank's wife,
Right,
Marie. But what I loved about it is they're really using it to tell the story, and particularly the use of yellow. If you see when Walt is working, that those frantic shots of him working alone, He had the yellow suit, blue gloves, and the red mask. So he had all three colors going at once. But when he looked up at the camera and said, "I'm not doing this anymore," he's fully in yellow. And to me, yellow in this represents power. That's because the Chicken Man is always pure yellow. And you notice the last, and I don't want to jump ahead, but the last shot of Hank,
that's the one. He's
fully in yellow.
And now he's no
Because-
longer in the bed.
Nope.
He's no longer fighting
being
with his
nice
wife.
to the wife,
Exactly.
because he's back.
He's bringing, and he's looking through the stuff.
He's back.
I'm back on the job. I'm back in the hunt.
And you know, and again, what got him there, of course, was Walt. But Walt in all red, drinking red wine. So that's, of course, martyrdom. That's, of course, blood. That's, of course,
hell.
The devil. I
all
mean,
that
just
stuff.
all the bad was coming out of him at that moment. His pettiness, his jealousy. I mean, really, it struck a chord. But I guess we should stay. Let's stay in order. Let's maybe start out with Hank. Not Hank.
Mike
but,
driving Jesse
Mike
around.
driving Jesse.
In a red car.
In our I think it's a Chrysler.
Chrysler,
Yeah, I love those cars.
Exactly.
It's
Nice.
so perfect.
No. And I thought it was great because, in the beginning, last week, we thought Jesse didn't care where he was going or what was going to happen to him. And as we get farther along down the road, Jesse starts to get a little nervous.
Right.
What's going on? Where are you taking me? And of course, Mike actually goes, "What do you care?"
Yeah.
Which was exactly what we were thinking last week.
Right.
But now he does start to care, obviously. I guess self-preservation kicked in at some point. He pulls the keys out and all that other stuff. And I thought they did a great job. I mean, I knew they weren't going to kill him, obviously, because you can't kill Jesse off just yet.
Right.
Maybe down the line. But they did a great job of they're picking up the money. I get that part of it. But I still had no idea why they were going through the whole day of doing the pickups.
I had no idea.
I had no idea why they were doing
Right.
it. And I thought that was a great use of not telling me why. So then I'm just so going, when are they gonna? I'm anxious to find out that storyline. And I don't know, was that successful for you guys? How they told that?
Yeah, because there were a lot of moments there were no dialogue. It was just all in action, and it's just basically Jesse. And I felt like I was with him. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What are we doing? It was. I thought it was well written and well directed.
I didn't. I wrote in my notes. I believe it was after when he returned back, driving back after he chased off the would-be assassins,
Right.
and he comes back to Mike at the Mexican restaurant. That I wrote in my notes here. Was this all set up by Chicken Man? And of course, we
And you had felt that too.
I
About
actually
that time?
kind of guessed it because when the shot where Mike left the key in the ignition,
Yeah.
because each time he took the key with him.
Yeah, that was.
So when I saw the key and I kind of
really smart, Kenny.
Yeah,
really
well,
great deduction.
Yeah, I just kind of figured, oh, this was definitely.
I
even
thought he
wrote
had trusted him
test
by
for-
then. That's all I thought. I saw the keys. I said,
Yeah.
okay, by now he trusts him. He realizes.
Right.
And that,
But
and you
were
guys
right.
were ahead of me on that. I didn't for a second. I didn't even think that Gus was behind it at all. I was just, and the keys. I went right to. Oh, I guess he trusts him now. He left
Right.
the keys there.
Yeah, that's what I thought at
Yeah.
that point.
So.
Yeah.
Just a scene later, I was just questioning. I didn't know that Chicken Man, but I said, Jesus, this.
But
makes
how
sense.
how well thought out that plan was? I mean, Gus has to trust that leaving the keys in there, that Jesse would. I mean, because Jesse's been a screw up this whole time,
Right.
to some
Yeah.
degree.
Right.
But he's
And
very impulsive.
He's very, but he's also made all these horrible choices.
Yeah.
And to think that he would, have the presence of mind to do something and then would act upon it, when the whole day it looked like he had no presence of mind to do something like that.
Right.
And in fact, the way he's been living the last few weeks would suggest no, not necessarily. Although he did, talk back to Mike and did that little showdown.
Well, to me, I love Vince Gilligan and what he does. So many addicts that I see,
yeah,
they just have this crazy. I don't know if it's not energy, but basically, if that energy could be funneled into something else, they're just extremists.
pretty
They're
much the
extremists.
argument Hank was making at the end about Walt and his abilities, his genius. His
It just has to
energy
be funneled into something
Something
else.
else, something positive.
Or at least because they're addicts, then if the addiction can go from drugs to work,
exactly.
and now with Jesse, because he has nothing else,
Right.
now this is all going to get funneled into
Yeah.
work,
Right.
and he's going to. This is going to.
Yeah.
empower him and make him, the cycle of an addiction, make him only want to work more.
And that's how amazing that Gus's chess playing is, because he's able to realize you got to give this guy focus and direction and use all that wasted energy in a specific area.
And now what we're going to have is the best soldier we could have asked for. And
Now
we're
he's
going to
invested.
weaken Walter White.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to take his knees out, which is going to be amazing. And it's also divide and conquer. I mean, that's the great thing.
Yes.
He's taking Jesse away from us, saying, okay, we'll split you two apart.
Right.
Give Jesse a little bit more, and you'll get jealous. Boom, divide and conquer. Thank you, I win. Goodbye. Yeah. Amazing.
Damn, Chicken Man.
I know, the Chicken Man's amazing.
Chicken Man. It's funny. And when jumping back to Hank, when he's sitting with his friend from the Arizona Police Department, he shows us the picture of Victor.
Yes.
Right.
And again, it's why I think there's just great writing by Vince Gilligan is, that's why the Chicken Man was able to so easily kill Victor, because he knew Victor was made.
Yep.
He was liable. So we have to kill him anyway. Let's kill him in front of them and make a statement.
Exactly. Not just kill him because we have to, but let's use it for an even greater good.
Right.
Let's use it. And
in his mind.
It's interesting when Hank at that point says, no, I don't want to be involved anymore.
Right.
I wasn't so sure he was being honest. I thought maybe he was saying, okay, it's my case again. But I think he was being honest at that time.
Yeah, I thought
he
I thought when he said that,
I
thought he really just, I don't want to get caught back up in this thing, because I didn't think he felt like he could investigate it to the best of his abilities. And I think he felt it was just too hard to deal with the fact that as much as I might want to get back in this game, I can't right now because I'm not 100%.
Let's talk about Walt and Skyler.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
We see, again, growth where Walt is becoming the man of the family again. Right. And we're just seeing how she is becoming gangster wife.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She is a mob wife.
It's as if she's playing chess, too. Like, she's got her little game of chess going on.
Yeah, because she told Walt Jr. that he's moving back in on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
No,
wait a minute. Before? What?
No,
yeah, I know. That's what was amazing.
And I've said this before. She's every bit as worthy of him, his partnership, and of his genius.
Yeah.
And she's proving it from week to week.
And besting him in some degrees in terms of her forethought.
Absolutely, which is why I think they're going to be a great Bonnie and Clyde. I think.
Right. If he's willing to surrender that and say, okay, go figure that out. I'll do what I do great.
I mean, again, it's
in
predictions, but I think he will eventually. I think he will.
I hope so.
Because he
that's
does
the only
love
way they're
her.
going to survive.
He does love her, and he needs
clearly.
the help. I also thought it was interesting that Junior was like, "No, I'll have coffee."
Yeah. Things have changed.
To me, that says that's foreshadowing his step up.
He's grown up.
Oh yes,
wow.
That he's getting ready
it's
to
a
step
family
up.
business.
Yes, I'm telling you.
Think so?
Yes, 100%.
Wow.
I mean, I don't think that's this season, but if it continues to go, I believe so.
Now, speaking of Walt and Skyler, the bedroom scene, of course. Now, I thought as soon as they signed the deal and that guy left, I knew it would eventually end up there. Did you guys feel the same way?
They'd end up in bed?
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
I thought, okay, we're gonna go down.
I mean, I knew they're gonna start getting back. I didn't know. No, I didn't know it was gonna.
Yeah,
be
I thought that. I just thought I thought it was interesting that they used the phone call as
what got them back.
As what got them back.
And again,
I didn't, because the way they were talking, the drink didn't. I go, oh, okay, here we go, here it comes.
and I'll tell you this, for any of you aspiring filmmakers out there, or just people who appreciate cinematography, you have a cable show, so you really don't want to show fornication or nudity.
Yeah.
But to shoot them having sex through the glasses. Walt puts his glasses down on the counter, and then they shoot through the glasses. What a interesting and provocative way to show a scene without
showing
without being dirty. Without it. Just great seeing them make love through the blurry glasses, and I was like, man. Again, show fires on all cylinders, all effing cylinders.
I just thought I just wanted to make the point of the voicemail was for a different reason.
Yeah,
and then when
totally
she played
reason.
it turned into something else. It's kind of like Walt's like his whole stumbling upon fortune.
As they were doing that scene in the kitchen, I thought as soon as they signed the deal and the guy left, the loan officer, whomever he was, and they started talking about a drink, I went, okay, here we're gonna head to the bedroom. And then when she heard that voicemail and the look on her face, I thought, oh, they were so close. Because I thought she was going to go and turn on it about, why did you leave that message?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was going to
get
get them farther apart rather than bring them together.
Because they had just talked about, you know, the whole trust and like,
exactly.
let's get
no more
everything.
secrets, no more lies.
And I wasn't sure they were, from the look on her face, she puts the drinks down, John.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, God, here we go again. And instead it went the other way.
Yeah,
which,
the other way.
Great.
Good for them.
Great twist.
The whole series, by the way, I like the title of this thing, Shotgun, too, because because you know, if you were paying attention to what the name of the episode was, Shotgun, and then there was no shotgun. I completely forgot the title until I saw that guy approaching the car, and you're seeing it through the back windshield, and you see in the rear view mirror, and you see the shotgun. It's like, oh,
that's that made the whole
exactly.
Right? It made the whole story.
Yeah.
I probably should have announced that at the top. I haven't hosted this show in a while. I'm usually my Jersey Shore. You know, Kenny's my show, so I'm usually drunk when I do it. But I found the dinner scene with at Hank's house fascinating.
Oh yeah,
because once again, and one of the things that has set Walt's journey in action is the fact that he got the short end of the stick in life.
Right.
He did not get the credit for his genius.
Right there.
And so here's, who's the
Hank.
Who's his little
Walt
henchman?
Jr.
No,
his
got
henchman.
killed.
Victor?
Alan? No, who's the?
Gale.
Gale. I'm
You're
sorry.
talking about Gale. Beg your
So
pardon.
he's talking about Gale and how Gale's a genius and this guy, and you just see Walt stewing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, oh, here
and that
we go
pushing
again.
on him is like, like just building up his what's going on in his head.
And so his ego and his hubris ends up setting Hank back into action.
Well, here's what I thought was not hysterical, but I thought it was completely ironic. Hank was actually talking about Walt.
Right.
Because Hank's experience of Heisenberg is the guy that's got the pure. I know.
But the ego he wanted.
I'm
the
surprised
credit.
that Walt couldn't even see that.
Like Dustin Hoffman's character in Wag the
Yeah.
Dog.
Well, yeah,
he was
that's true.
obsessed
Exactly.
with the credit.
Yeah.
He wanted the credit.
There's nothing. But I was surprised that Walt couldn't see. Of course, he had been drinking, but clearly he was talking about the Heisenberg that created this, which was clearly Walt.
Which was Walt, but credit was going
he
to
just
Gale.
wanted,
And
that
that's
just
what,
shows you how.
and his original formulas or whatever were stolen by that couple, as in his perception.
Right, sure, absolutely.
His old girlfriend and his old best friend, which to him landed him in some chemistry class.
But that's
in the
what
middle
I
of
think
nowhere
was
in some
so
high school.
self-destructive of him. He could have just enjoyed the fact that Hank realized he was a genius, but no, he needed the actual credit.
Right.
Yeah.
So he'd
And again,
rather be
great writing because
self-destructive.
he's drinking, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
He totally threw himself under the bus.
Exactly. Just got Hank right back in.
Yeah, because Hank had already given up.
He's
He's like,
giving it up.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
But you know what? You know what I think, guys, and I guess this more is we'll talk about predictions. I think the empowering of Hank is actually going to pay off for Walt down the road.
Well, we kind of mentioned that.
We need him because
we need him in full
Chicken
power.
Man. Yeah, because the Chicken Man is God.
He's a formidable opponent.
Yeah, he is. He's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. Hank has always been an orange.
Yeah,
you know, which I know. You know, John.
Usually,
one of the things they say is chaos. They, you know, I don't know the other meanings of orange and for production design, but it's interesting now to see him in yellow.
I know,
and to go, wow,
especially then.
Wow,
it's like what?
You know, let's go, Jess. Can we go to commercial and we'll come back? We'll do the news and then we'll get into predictions.
Yeah, sounds good.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on. AfterBuzz TV News.
So, Bryan Cranston's schedule shows shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon as the Breaking Bad star has committed to solving a murder mystery in Home Again. Home Again follows an FBI agent who quits his job and returns back home with his family. A murder takes place, leaving father and son to team up to save each other. Shooting takes place next year.
That's a feature? Is that a TV movie or a...
Nope, this is going to be an actual movie. This isn't Crance's first time behind the camera. He's directed a few episodes of both Breaking Bad and his previous television series, Malcolm in the Middle, as well as the 1999 indie drama, Last Chance. And I know, John, you were interested in knowing what that was about. It's about a woman running a cafe trying to keep her dysfunctional family together as a recovering alcoholic trucker comes into the town and opens up her eyes and gives her one last chance of hope.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's starring in it and directing it.
In Home Again?
Well, right now he's just
directing.
He's just directing Home Again. Well, I've noticed the episodes he's directed. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Really amazing.
Yeah, and to go from because I remember the Malcolm in the Middle. As an actor, I thought he was fabulous in that. Very interesting. To go from that to Breaking Bad, I thought was
like too extreme.
A great jump.
Yeah.
And then I also remember the shows he directed in that as well, and those were really successful. So he completely knows how to do comedy, as well as holding the drama.
Yeah, he's a genius. And I think, and I think sometimes with a lot of the people in the industry, where it comes to them later in life, there's just a deeper appreciation.
Yeah.
And they realize how precious it is. And I think this is why you're seeing him in so many movies, because he's so sought after now. I still want him to be sought after as a lead, but we're seeing him as third, fourth banana in so many movies with so many big movies with so many respected actors.
And the good thing about the dramatic supporting roles is he really gets to sink his teeth in. I mean, that's when you get the better roles. So, and he really gets to do
I haven't seen him do anything amazing. I mean, he made me chuckle in Thomas Crown,
right?
But I haven't seen him do anything do amazing in the film area in terms of a supporting role. But
he had a nice stint in Little Miss Sunshine.
Who was he in?
He played Greg Kinnear's colleague. He goes to him at some point, and they have.
Was this before Breaking Bad, John?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm saying in the post Breaking Bad.
Oh, beg your pardon.
But I think he gets it, and he gets how precious this is, and most of the guys that do, that's why they work as hard. Michael Caine is always working, but he appreciates it. He knows how precious it is and how fleeting it is. You know, Dustin Hoffman, I forget what other major actor said the one thing they had in common. It might have been he and Michael Caine, but the one thing they had in common was the fact that after every single movie they do, they feel like it's going to be their last. They just have that fear. Right. And so there's that, again, that's appreciation, and the greats have it. I tend to see it with people who've made it later. One of the things I personally struggle with Maria Menounos is she made it so young at 22, and they keep her to appreciate it and be hungry and thank God her parents are immigrants and she's comes from working class roots. But we see a lot of people that actors and actresses who make it young
and get it way too easily.
Yeah, and they don't like, I'm going to take some time off.
Exactly.
I'm going to do this. But no. You need to keep at it. So I'm just really glad, and it's a treat for us because he's just such an incredible talent.
All right, and that's your AfterBuzz TV's Breaking Bad news and gossip for the week of August 14th, 2011.
Thank you, Jesse.
Very much, Jesse. All right, let's move into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well, Kenny, what do you think?
Seeing the clip for next week, there's something big is going to happen. I think this was definitely like a setup episode tonight, and it's gonna. And I feel something's big going to happen with Skyler. I think she's going to be put in some kind of position where she's pushing Walt to do something that maybe he doesn't want to do, or I don't know. I think it's going to be one of those exciting. Like,
one of the things that impressed me, and I didn't mention it earlier in our podcast, was when they're at the dinner with Hank, and when Walt is getting drunk, he's letting his ego get in the way, and he's spouting off. You see her face. You see Skyler's face. Great mobster wife who's just like, shut your mouth, dude. You're really ruining the family business. I love how smart she is, and I love how she's taking this leadership role because we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
One of the things I was hoping for when they were doing all that, when Hank was doing all that praising of Heisenberg, so to speak, I wanted a shot of her to recognize his genius, or I wanted to see that, because I don't know if she understands how good he is.
No, you're right. You know what? You're right.
And I would have wanted
again,
to see that.
That's a great plot point at some point for them to visit this, to say,
"Are you as good as they say?" I mean, is he?
Or for even for him to say, you know
exactly,
what? Like,
I am.
Yeah, I'm like, I can at least get it for my wife.
Exactly.
Like,
but I don't think they've ever discussed it between the two of them.
They haven't. That's why I think it's great.
That was a perfect time. I'd see his reaction, and then I could see her reaction.
Yeah, maybe down the road.
Right.
It's a. I mean, God, if they ever were the couple that went to marriage counseling or therapy, they'd probably figure that out.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, wait,
or maybe if she realizes how amazing she is, maybe she goes, and she sees that what an opportunity that is, and then jumps in even farther. I don't know.
Yeah, she's never really taken a step back, even in this, to say, God damn, I give this guy
she still
credit.
sees him as the teacher, the this, the da.
It's just Walter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, like,
as opposed to
with rolling the
Heisenberg,
eyes, my nerdy husband,
exactly.
Walter.
Yeah.
So,
as opposed to, the genius that he is.
Exactly. And I wanted to see, and I was hoping
Maybe
so much.
we will.
Cut back to that so I can see her go, I had no idea.
Maybe.
And imagine the acting that could be done in that moment. Wow, I had no idea he was that amazing. 2, that scares the crap out of me. And oh my God, shut up. You know.
Or John taking it another way.
Oh, exactly.
And again,
taking it
another way.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not calling myself a genius, but I know with my stuff, in my household, I'm not recognized, as you know, as being behind Maria. I'm not recognized for anything that I do. And so I get it. I get where, she's been so self-absorbed with her nonsense that she never got that. But there's an opportunity for him to be like, hey,
exactly.
You know what? What about me?
That's what I wanted. Come on, get it in there.
Well, but maybe they will. Maybe
I hope
this
so.
is
I just think it was a missed
something they
opportunity
can
in this
explore.
So back to predictions.
John, John, what are your predictions?
Well, clearly, Gus, Chicken Man, is going to step it up, and it looks like he's going to get the family involved as a lever point for Walt there. And I just once I realized he's dividing and conquering, he's going to keep culling him from the herd. He's just going to keep Jesse away from Walt and put pressure on him, so that Walt has nothing else. That's what I think. And you get Jesse under the wing, and pretty soon I really don't need you, Walt.
Again, geez, I'm sorry, I should have brought this point up. What did you guys think about the interaction between Chicken Man and Mike? Just what were your thoughts?
I like the, any questions? And Mike says, yeah, but I've learned not to ask. So even he realizes, okay, the guy's way ahead of me. I can't figure it out. And I know if I ask.
Is there any disdain from Mike? Is Mike just doing his job, and it's is he able to keep his emotions in check?
Yeah, I thought he did in that. I didn't really sense anything more than just
sense no disdain, no aggravation.
Just aggravation with the kid in the day and not knowing why.
Of course, I'll pay for the damages to the cars.
Yeah,
but
and
I just think he's learned by now. Just do your thing. It'll work out. You'll just be fine. Because obviously he's had to do this kind of thing before.
Yeah. Do you think that Mike is kind of not afraid to know what's going on or what the Chicken Man has in store? Do you think he's like, just going along with it?
No,
because
he's not a fearful guy.
Know.
Look what this guy's face. Yeah. I think John's got it hitting it on the head where he's like, I have learned not to ask.
Yeah.
I've learned to just do my job. I've still felt. I don't know. I felt a little bit of
hesitation.
Aggravation. Here's why.
With Gus, not with
Mike.
With Mike.
Mike aggravated with Gus.
Okay.
And having slight disdain, because, and here's why, I felt it in the car, but also when he says to Jesse, "I had a guy."
Yeah, that part. Well, that
and he was taken away from me.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, I had a really great coworker.
Yeah.
And
I didn't have to do this.
And
crap.
my stupid boss had to effing kill him because of all the crap you guys pulled. Maybe. I'm just saying maybe.
Yeah.
But I think because Mike was the one that called Gus about Victor being at the crime scene.
Yeah.
Because he was like, there's something,
And Mike's also the one that called him about Jesse. We got to do something
about him. Yeah.
Right.
So, but I felt that.
But I think he lost his right-hand man.
Right.
And basically he lost it because of what Jesse did.
Yeah, exactly. So I felt the aggravation was more
but
about
he was
having
even
to spend the day with
surprised.
Jesse.
He was even surprised, wasn't he, when when the Chicken Man killed.
Oh, absolutely.
When Gus
he
killed,
was not ready for that to happen right
Victor.
then, right there. I think he knew that Victor at some point was going to have
to go.
I think clearly he did not expect it to happen in that room.
Gotcha. Okay, just wanted to bring that up. But John, your predictions are
okay. So that for me, that's. I was really behind the show today. I was really struggling to, and at some point I just gave up and said, I'll just watch and enjoy. Because a lot of times I'm ahead and go, okay, we're gonna have this. And the only time I was ahead is this is the scene right here. But other than that, I was just
sex scene, the making love.
Exactly. I knew they were headed that way. So the other prediction I have is, well, it's pretty much the same in a continuation of that. Jesse's going to continue to be culled away, so that division is going to happen, and then Walter is going to be left with, okay, if I don't have Jesse anymore, who's going to be my ally? And I think it's going to come through here. I think that's why he's moving back into the house, the son with the coffee. I think it's going to be, okay, now it's the family, and because Gus is going to have Jesse more to him.
Gotcha.
So that's what's happening. That's why I think Hank's getting back in. I think
we're going to see more and more pressure put on Walter. I think Skyler's role as a grand dame of the mob family will grow. I think the Chicken Man is going to continue to get the upper hand. I think Jesse's going to get closer with Mike and kind of drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak, over there. And I think it's all, if you're a big fan of Walter White, if you're as sick as I am and see Walter White as a protagonist, not an antagonist.
Not an anti-hero, but a hero.
Then I'm grateful for this because, John, in storytelling, you want your protagonist, you want your hero to take as much of a beating as possible because the payoff will be he will make the comeback.
We all have
he
to
will
go
rise.
Through,
so
we all have to go through.
So all you fans of the Chicken Man and all you people who are not fans of Walt, I'm just telling you, have your fun now. Get your licks in.
That's right. Enjoy this now.
Because Mr.
Heisenberg
White
is going to come back to life.
He will come back.
He will have his resurrection.
So have your party for the next 4 or 5 episodes. we'll see who's standing at the season finale. That's it, Jesse. Take us out of here.
From producers Keven Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.